It's spring in the beautiful KwaZulu-Natal Midlands, and it doesn't get more beautiful than this. Green hills, open paddocks, and the soft sound of hooves on fresh grass. This is where some of South Africa's future champion racehorses are born. Every foal, a story of patience, care, and hope. For breeders here, this isn't just work, it's a way of life. The rhythm of the land, the love for the horse, the dream of raising a champion. It all begins here. Behind every new life, there's a story of families who work this land, who know each horse by name and every change in the wind or the sky. Breeding thoroughbreds isn't only about pedigree and performance, it's about patience, care and belief that somewhere among these foals a future champion is finding its feet. And for the people who call the Midlands home, that hope is what drives them season after season. We meet the breeders, the custodians of this land, and the dreamers behind South Africa's next generation of champions. Every foal you've just seen has its own story, and so do the people who raise them. We chat to them about this year's season.
Yeah, Michele, we've had a good foaling season so far. It's exciting. You want to see those foals and hopefully there's some champions amongst them, you know.
Of course.
So what does Peter look for in a foal?
I think you can't really judge a foal at day 1 or 2. You know, they've got to have at least 5 or 6 days just to strengthen up. Then you start to see the athleticism in them. That's the most important thing, I think. I love to see a foal running away with its mother running after it, you know, in the paddock, and you sort of think, oh, look at this foal. But all it wants to do is run. You know, so that's exciting. Yeah, and you know, listen, it's like looking at a motor car. You know, you see the sports cars against a normal car, you know, and I think you see it in foals too. You know, you can see that one just looks like an athlete and looks streamlined, everything's in the right place, you know.
And these are qualities trainers and owners want to see come sale time.
You know, when they pull out the horses at the sales, I mean, obviously they're looking for what we want to produce.
Yeah.
That is that athletic foal that hopefully will run. At the same time, I always believe it's in the heart. Funny enough, we've bred some small horses that have been our best horses on the track. I mean, to name a few, Classic Flag won the July. He was small, considered a very small horse. Mrs. Geriatrics now, very small, but look at that. So what is it? It's in the heart. And yeah, I'm not so obsessed about size. I'd rather have a small horse than a 17-hand only moke that can't get out of its own way.
Whether foaling mares, taking them back to the stallion, or prepping yearlings for sales, work on stud farms never lets up.
I'm very lucky in that I've got Christine.
Yeah.
She's been with me about 18 years. She's been a hell of an asset and absolutely dedicated, and without her I don't think I'd cope. For example, I took a mare up to Kimberley on Friday to go to cousin Casey, and you know, from here it's a 9-hour drive there on Friday, cover the mare, and 9-hour back on Saturday. Yeah, so is she in foal or not in foal? We'll only know in 13 days' time. You know, the cover to ovulation was perfect. We scanned her on Friday morning. She had a lovely follicle. That's the follicles on the right ovary. And we scanned her on Sunday morning when we got back Saturday. On Sunday morning, and the follicle had ovulated. So now it doesn't mean to say she's in foal. Yeah. So we'll only know in the fullness of time. Yeah.
Waiting is a patience game, but when a scan confirms a mare's in foal, there's nothing quite like it.
It's a relief. That's what I would like to say, is a relief, because your efforts are there to be seen. It's a pregnancy across the other side. We take a lot of mares out to covers around us too. You know, we also boarding for owners, and we're trying to happy owners as well. Yeah. There's nothing more that makes people more happy than to say your mare's in foal, you know. Yeah,
Wonderful. It's the start of a dream.
yeah.
But with the highs, there are also lows that come with the risk of breeding.
You're always semi-nervous in that you just want everything to go right. We send a lot of mares down to the Cape, board them down there, obviously. When they come back, you hold your breath that firstly they don't, you don't lose one or two by abortion. It's always a damn, why did it happen, But that's part of the game.
It's tough, but Peter's philosophical, choosing rather to focus on the positive. And he has reason to smile as resident sire Eden Rock took our breath away. Now in his third season, the previous Group 1 winning sprinter looks every inch a sire.
It's a good story, Michele, in that he's not syndicated privately. It actually belongs to the KZN Breeders' Club. And they've used a premium to buy the horse initially, and then people could buy shares in him. That's how it all started. Bruce LaRue, who's a fellow breeder here, he and I went to Johannesburg. There were actually a couple of horses we went up to go and see. And of course, we went to Sean's yard. Sean still got shares in him, and Sean's part of the horse, so we've got his belief in the horse as well. Everyone's positive. I mean, his first year, funny enough, he covered exactly 100 mares. And the following year, he covered 91, I think it was. So now this is his third season. Obviously, we're not going to get those numbers. But if we can get the numbers up to about 30 to 50, I'd be more than happy,
This rising sire will have his first yearlings go through the ring next year. It's always an anxious time for breeders.
Well, it's such a short time in that ring, and it's such an important time, because really that's what keeps the farm running is the income from those horses, so that's pressure. And you need to get decent prices to keep the whole show going, And that doesn't go for me, it goes for everybody, obviously. Yeah, it is nerve-wracking, of course it is. And, one always hopes that you're going to get decent prices, yeah.
We asked Peter, when one of his horses crosses the finish line in someone else's colours, does his heart still race with it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I go down the race cards and I just look for the breeding. Who's it by and who's it out of? I don't hardly know what the horse's name is, but as soon as I see a mare that it's a runner out of a mare that's ours, we will then I follow that, and I like to try and watch them run if I can, So we watch everyone.
Why do you do this?
Why do I do this? I suppose I love it. I'm probably a bloody fool, but it's the passion, and listen, it's there's a lot of anxiety because it's such an expensive game with a lot of costs behind it. It's all a hell of a lot of money to keep a stud going, and if you're relying just on sales as income, it's risky.
But you love it?
But I love it, yeah. I enjoy it. There's nothing like a winner. I still get as excited over a maiden winner as any other winner. And so that's how it works.
As we leave the Midlands behind, the land stretches out, open, generous, alive. Foals rest under their mother's watchful eyes. The promise of new life written across the paddocks. It's easy to see why breeders have chosen this place, season after season, to raise the champions of tomorrow. Because here, the work never really ends. Each birth marks a new beginning. Each generation carries the dream a little further. In the heart of KwaZulu-Natal, the rhythm of the land and the spirit of the horse move as one. This is the Midlands, where tradition runs deep, hope runs high, and every new foal carries a story waiting to be told.